So, this weekend actually, recently, I was like checking out a bunch of yard sales, and there's some free stuff, and I saw this Dell Inspiron just sitting there, and I took it home. It's one of those weird ones that has like a laptop looking kind of board in there, kind of, with like a soldered Pentium, I imagine, on it. The specific model is a Inspiron 3252. I'm gonna pop off this side panel and take a better look at it. It's very dusty in there. I might clean it later. Alright, what do we got in here? Yeah, there it is. There's our Pentium heatsink, and it's disgusting. How much RAM do we have here? Oh, actually 8 gigabytes. I thought we were gonna have 4 DDR3 though. I'm gonna see if I can lift this up maybe. Okay, I don't think I can lift that up, but I do see our hard drive in there, which is the main reason I picked this thing up in the first place. It has 3 hard drives and all that, and it's rather disgusting in here. We don't have a power supply. Since this thing just has one of these little things right there, it just takes like a 65-watt AC adapter that probably could charge some sort of a laptop or something. And this case was also designed with some other stuff in mind, because we have expansion card slots and maybe a power supply slot, but yeah, none of that. We also have a DVD drive on the front. We'll go over the ports in a second, actually. And here's the ones in the back. They actually gave us HDMI, which I was not expecting, to be honest. And the front just has a couple like USB 3 and an SD card slot and DVD drive and all that. Alright, I'm gonna see if this thing works or not, and I'm gonna hope there isn't a password or something I don't want to deal with. Alright, we'll be turning this on in just a second, but we have to fix a problem first. The peels. Oops. Can I get this one off? That's better. It makes this piece of garbage look almost slightly better. Well, it's on, I guess. We'll check out this in a second. Okay, Dell. Looks like we have recent Windows as well. I wonder what the capacity of this hard drive will be. We also have some sort of light on. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Amazing. Ain't no way they actually factory reset this thing. Actually, I can't complain about that. You know, we'll set this up and I'm gonna just check it out. See what I guess the hard drive is. But factory reset? That's a first. I've never had that happen. But that's I actually prefer that over them just taking the drive out. Nice. You know what time it is. This thing also seems to have built-in Wi-Fi or something. It was detecting networks. I'm gonna hope this thing just has its drivers already. And I'm also gonna see if they left us anything. Nope. Expected. I'm gonna take a guess that this thing's from like probably either somewhere between like 2015 and 2017. Just a guess, but maybe it is. This is probably when everything just had USB 3 already. Alrighty, we're here. I can't focus on the screen. Let's check out Task Manager. Bro, we're instantly being maxed out by OneDrive setup. Okay, that's better. We have a Pentium N3700 at 1.6 gigahertz with 4 cores? That's interesting, but oh, that's some cache, huh? 8 gigabytes of DDR3. We only have 1 slot. That is a slow speed, though. There's that's a 500 gigabyte hard drive. It's a Seagate one. And we have some kind of Intel HD graphics with, I don't know. Let's see, 2016 drivers. Interesting. I think this is still just the original install. Yeah, it totally is. Yeah. We got some things to work on. Yeah, this is not a very clean installation. It has a lot of extra crap I need to delete off here. Not, it could be worse. But we do have McAfee in here, which is not good. And some other stuff. But we should have all of our drivers, so I think it'd be better this way than having to find all of them. Yeah, no missing devices. We also have Bluetooth for some reason. I did not see anything in there for that, but you know what, it's there. And I don't usually have that just around. Where's the network one? I can't see. Something. I'm gonna delete some of this bloatware. Okay, McAfee, I don't care. I'm thinking my guess about 2015 or so was about right, just based off like the DirectX version on this iGPU being 12, but feature level 11.1. It's kind of an older version, 21H1 from like 2023, so it's got a lot of updates to do, I suppose. I'll connect to the internet soon since it just has built-in Wi-Fi.
I also just realized there's some instructions on the inside of this side panel.
Yeah, a lot of these programs say they were installed in 2015, so I'm going to say this is a 2015 computer, and it probably did ship with Windows 10 on it. So I think the last time this PC was actually used was in 2023, because that's when a lot of these date modifieds are. I'm thinking I maybe should just factory reset this anyway. I mean, factory reset it, I mean just reinstall Windows completely, because like there is so much extra crap on here, and I don't think deleting it is going to get rid of some of it. Like, I have a McAfee thing over here, even though I deleted the program, and I just can't delete this for some reason. A bunch of other, you know, some other Dell baloney and whatever. I think I should just start over and then also just not be on an old version of Windows to begin with, because I don't care about this at all. The only thing I'm losing is all my drivers, probably, and whatever with those, probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna start over soon. Yeah, I'm not gonna want to carry all that extra baggage from Dell or whatever the OEM install was. So we're just gonna install Windows 10 again. Let's see if F2 will get me in there. It sure does. With our basic looking BIOS or whatever. I can't really seem to get this to boot from BIOS properly for some reason. It's just really stupid, maybe too basic. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be able to reinstall it or not. You know, can I install Windows in Windows? Maybe. Yeah, that would work for me because I don't want all this extra stuff. Maybe I can, which would be good. I can get rid of everything. This thing's actually so weak that Task Manager kind of uses up some of the CPU power, which is funny. Well, if this actually works, this would be perfect. I've actually never done Windows and Windows like this before. Usually I can do it through BIOS and everything just fine. I'll see if I can maybe get Windows 10 Pro on here later instead of just home, but I can't do a whole lot else right now. I've never done it like this, it's really weird. Alright, we're here in the future, we're on our new installation. And there's our hard drive we got, which I'm kind of surprised. We got good health for over 2 years of time being on. I'll take it. And just love CPU being up all the time whenever I'm doing anything, especially on like the browser. We don't have the fastest speed going on here, but at least it's built in. I'm also not in the best place for a Wi-Fi signal probably, because I'm like in the basement. So keep that in mind. And yeah, you're just doing anything. It's just like, if I move over here on the browser and I click on that, like, CPU just goes up. Super bad. Everything you do on this thing feels really sluggish. And some of the things are kind of weird. Like, I start moving this, like, task manager around, and, like, I kind of can't control it. I'm gonna try YouTube playback in a second. It's probably not gonna be very good based on, CPU usage, but we're gonna do it anyway. Just gonna have sound bit for this. We'll do this in real time. Let's see. What are we rendering at here? Let's see if we can do 1080p full screen. Huh. Seems to just be working. There shouldn't really be any Windows updates happening. It actually is kind of choppy. We are losing some frames there. Yeah, this is not a good experience. Like, it sometimes is rendering smoothly, and then sometimes you're just getting choppiness. This is 1080p though. Kind of unrealistic. There's the YouTube test, I guess. I don't think I'm going to be trying any games on here today, because it's just like, you do anything, the CPU just goes up to 100%. It's not a good experience. I think that's just going to wrap it up today. I don't really know what else to do with it, because gaming is going to be really bad. I'm not sure I can really install anything else on here, because this BIOS is kind of weird. So, we're either going to just leave it as is, I guess. I don't know if I'll be swapping out this hard drive or not. Maybe I'll steal it in the future for storage purposes. If you made it this far, I appreciate that you watched the entire video. Thank you. You got any suggestions on what I could use this for? Because it doesn't seem to be super useful. See you guys.